Good morning, all. Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Happy Sunday. My name's Kyrie. Just gonna, speak a little bit about myself with you guys today. My homie Ra, she's a little bit under the weather today, so we won't be doing our regular show today. But I still wanted to get on here and kind of, speak some positivity in the atmosphere. Hopefully, y'all some can relate, and if not, you can share it to somebody that may do relate. I know everything ain't for everybody, and it's all good. But yeah, like I said, my name's Kyrie. I'm born and raised in Bristol, Pearl Street, Bank Street. Grew up on Giles. We called it Gorilla Hill back in the day. Um, Also got some affiliation with Pan Philly, the Heights. Some great people over there that I got love for dearly. Um, just want to, kind of tell y'all a little bit about me, about myself, and my journey. For those who don't know, I was in a bad accident back November 5th, 2016 that nearly took my life. That nearly, I was almost out of here, y'all, but God spared me. He had mercy on me, and I'm still here to speak about it. So that's what I'm kind of going to do with y'all today. Just try to speak, some positivity to y'all for those who, maybe going through bad times right now or feeling hopeless or whatever you may be feeling that, that you, hopefully you can find purpose from what I'm saying. But, yeah, my accident occurred, like I said, November 5th, 2016. I was just on my way to take the civil service test. And en route, I got to an accident. And, obviously, anytime you go through anything that like trauma like that, it changes you. Like it, especially earlier in the process, it really changed me. But it changed me, wound up changing me for the good though. But I'm gonna just give y'all a little brief rundown on obviously what happened. And I got, like I said, I got in the accident, and was in a coma for 4 weeks. So when I wake up from that coma that I was in, to see, you know, that my leg was gone, that crushed that crushed my soul to see my leg was gone. Cause like mind you, I said I was in the accident, so I was unconscious. I did not have any idea of what was going on or what had happened until I woke up out of that coma. But to come to find out that at the scene of the accident I had flatline, and then again at the hospital I flatlined again. And then obviously I went into a coma. In a coma, I believe it was like 4 weeks. It lasted. I was in a coma for like 4 weeks, and then I woke up to see that my leg was gone. So you can just imagine, think about that. You wake up and to know that your leg is gone. So that broke me down. Like I was broke. I was in a funk. I was depressed. I was all anything you can describe. That's what I felt at the moment. But I will say this. Also, when I woke out of that coma, I seen a lot of love in the room. People I hadn't seen in a while. Some I had went to school with. I want to give special shout out though to my dog, my homie for life, Jamira Castro. That's my peoples. I love her dearly. And also Latoya Hooks. I want to give her a big shout out as well. She's both of those two young ladies really held me down. through that whole process. And I just wanted to give them a special shout out. But the number one person I'm gonna shout out, obviously, I want to shout my pops out. I want to shout my mom's out. Definitely Mom Dukes, because she was there in that hospital every day. Didn't want to leave. She stayed by my side the whole time. So I'm thankful to have her. You know, my Uncle Charles, my Uncle Daryl, just my family as a whole. Everybody that came that really was there, really rocking with me. I love y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. I'm not gonna go in here and just say all the names. Y'all know who y'all is. It's all love. I love you. But I just wanted to kind of like let y'all in on my world a little bit, because I know I may every now and then y'all see me post like positive quotes and things of that nature. That's therapeutic to me. So that's why sometimes I do it, and it's just effortlessly. It just comes to me. I just I just jot it down and I just post it or whatever. But all I'm saying, all that to say that you just gotta take negative situations. You gotta take those situations and try to find a positive in it. Cause no matter what negative, you can find a positive. It may take you some time, but like for me, it took a while. It took a while for me to be able to go through what I went through and to see positive in it. Cause think about it. You wake up out of a coma to see your leg is gone. How do you find positive in that? How do you find positive in almost losing your life? How do you find positive in almost losing everything, really? Like you almost lose it all. But God, I believe, used that time to set me down, because prior to the accident, I was kind of lost. I had a whole lot of things going on in my life, a lot of things that wasn't going the way I wanted them to go for different reasons. Recently had lost my Aunt Jackie. That hurt me. That had me kind of messed up and had me moving, recklessly a little bit, I'll say. And, want to, shout my auntie out. May she continue to rest in peace. Love you, Aunt Jackie, forever. You already know that. And, but I want to, say that, we go through certain things in life, and we may look at it as punishment or karma for whatever at the time. But I looked at what I went through, that I needed that had to happen the way it did for me to have the outlook that I have on life now. Had that not happened, I probably still would have been, all over the place. Now I'm more focused than I have probably ever been. And it's crazy to say that all that it took me to go through all that for me to get focused. But sometimes you gotta have the worst gotta happen for the best to happen. So remember that sometimes the worst has to happen for the best to happen. Always keep that in mind, that that yeah, we go through things. We may not know how to take it, or may not know how to handle it in the moments. But God, that's the key. You got to keep God first. And I've had to develop that. And I'm somebody that grew up in the church, know all about God. My mom constantly talks about God. My grandma, my aunts. So my family. We heavy in the church. But sometimes you forget certain things because maybe lack of going to church, or just you know whatever happened to you may have just broke you so bad that you ain't believing in that moment. So I'll say that I may have lost my belief in it for a time, because it just to me the worst was happening. So all I could do was focus on the worst that was happening, not realizing God got something so much more, you know, is destined for my life. I just gotta see it, and gotta just, apply myself and keep my head high, and don't get too down on myself. Because I was down on myself for a little bit, and rightfully so, what I was dealing with. But I'll say this to you guys, that you can come back from anything. You just gotta have the right mind frame, the right mindset. The struggle builds character. Being down, you don't gotta stay there. You don't gotta stay down. Setbacks or just roadblocks to your destiny. You just gotta, keep the faith, keep believing, keep praying. Praying always helps, and having a praying family helps also. And I have all that. My family prays for me daily. I know that. My mom, my Aunt Lily. My uncle Arby Ware. My uncle Darrell. Just our conversations really done got me through a lot of a depressed mind states that I was in at times. My uncle Darrell, definitely a real one. My mom, of course. I got a lot of love around me. So having a lot of love and support around you also helps. You gotta have the right people around you to help get you through. If you don't got that, it's gonna be a hard road if you don't have the right people in your circle. And so through all of my journey, what I'm realizing is, one, that things may happen to you in your journey, on this journey of life, that we may can't explain. We may don't know why. We may question God at times, but just believe and understand that it has a purpose. Whatever we go through in life, it's a purpose behind it. Whether we understand it at that moment, usually it reveals itself. You just gotta pay attention. No, I don't have all the answers. I'm still figuring life out. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still, becoming who I'm really meant to be in life. But what I do know, I'm not where I used to be mentally. And that's a blessing. Hopefully you can get there. You just got to have the right mindset, though. And again, having the right people around you. You can't just have anybody around you. You got the wrong people around you, that's going to take you on a downward spiral. You need the right people around you at all times. The wrong element will mess your whole thought process up, how you thinking some old other stuff. Trust me, I know. So you got to remove yourself from certain people that may not be on the same path that you on, or that may not be in the same wavelength that you on. Sometimes you gotta remove yourself from the fake, or the not really down with you. Some people only around you because of what you may provide, or maybe what they think you can provide. I need nothing but genuine love around me. If you ain't got genuine love, please don't even come around me. I need the real around me at all times. And I'm thankful to God that I got some real solid people in my life. And that's a blessing. For real, for real. But yeah, like I said, 5 years ago, that accident happened. It changed my life forever. Physically, but also mentally, it changed me forever. And it's not a bad thing. I look at it totally different. Trust me, totally different than I once looked at it. Because at first I was looking at it like, why me? God, you could have, you know, anything but this. But, also you got to look at it. It could have been worse. I could have not made it. I could have died. I know a lot of good people who died in accidents, whether bike accidents, car accidents, whatever the case may be. They wasn't able, to make it out. God chose me to make it for whatever reason. I'm still figuring that out. But I do know a part of the reason is for what I'm doing right now, to try to tell somebody that no matter what you're going through, you can make it out, man. You can make it and be better because of what you went through. Some people look at, whatever may happen to them, they look at it as a bad thing, and I did earlier on. But I look at it, what I went through, I look at it as a blessing. And it's also, in any blessing, it's usually a lesson. You know, sometimes you can find lessons in them, and blessings, I should say. My fault. You can find lessons in blessings. In this particular, even though in hindsight, when it all first, was going on, and when I was really going through it, I looked at it like, why me? Why, why now? Why this? I had all kind of questions of why. But I had to start to look at the positive, like, I'm not dead. I'm not brain dead. I still got, you know, function of my limbs. So it ain't that bad. So, you gotta that's how you gotta look at life sometimes. And you gotta look at the good, man. You gotta try to look at the positive. 'Cause we can look and we can think of the negatives in life, all we want, but it ain't gonna change it if you're constantly thinking about it. The only thing you can do is try to change the way you approach life and the way you approach different things that may come your way. And that's what I've been trying to do in my life, really trying to change the way I look at whether good or bad. You know, just like I can accept the good, you got to be able to accept the bad, and it's just that simple. You know, can't go without mentioning my baby girl, Sanai, my daughter, also my other daughter, Kamaya, my stepson, DJ. I'm no longer with their mother. Tawana, my ex-wife, got nothing but love for all of them. Even though me and my ex ain't, work out or whatever, it's still love to the death, always. So I gotta shout them out. They, definitely Tawana, and she good person, good person. Wanna also just urge people to pray. Pray more. If you don't pray, just pray. I don't care if you just start your day off with it's a prayer, thanking God for waking you up. Something as simple as that. Well, trust me, it'll change the course of your day. Just starting your day off giving thanks to God, because we don't do nothing without Him. So we got to give thanks. The same way we can, have our little drink, and or go clubbing, or you smoke a little, weed or whatever your vice is, just make sure that whatever you use as your vice. Some people like to go, to just I don't know, just whatever your vice is, as long as it's not harming you physically, I would say don't be too reliant on it though, because too much of anything ain't good for you. So I would definitely say that. So make sure whatever you're doing, you got God first though at the head of everything. Cause without Him, we lost out here on some real. Before my accident, I was lost. I'm finally finding myself. It took a while, but I'm finally finding myself, and I owe a lot of that to God. It's nothing that I did. It's all God. So we gotta take the good with the bad sometimes. You gotta lose some people along the way, but just know that it's purpose behind whatever it is you may feel like is the worst time of your life or the worst point in your life. It's purpose behind it. God gonna reveal it if you paying attention. It'll get revealed what the purpose is. What we can't do is get caught up on the why. And why is this, why that. We gotta look at what it is, look at it for what it is, and keep pressing. And your answers, you'll find the answers. Just how you react and how you handle that situation is going to tell you a lot about yourself. And I'm not gonna hold y'all for long. I just wanted to get on here, kind of like, and just kind of, speak on myself a little bit. I believe it or not, I'm not the biggest talker. I don't talk a lot, but when I feel like I got something to get off my chest, or I feel like I got something to say, I could talk a little bit. And also I just want to just keep putting positivity in the atmosphere because it's just so much negative, around, social media, just in, sometimes in your own circle it'd be negative if you got that type of element around you. So I'm just trying to, me and my homie Rob, we just trying to give y'all some positive content. Now, don't get me wrong, it may be some negative, things we may say at times, but just know that it's coming from a real place. It ain't, we ain't gonna cut no corners. We ain't gonna, we gonna keep it real. Basically, it's all real. But y'all stay tuning in with us. High Elevation. That's the name of the podcast. Yeah, and hopefully, y'all keep building us up. And y'all can take something from what we saying, cause it's all real. This is our life. It's what we experienced. It's what we've been through. We just trying to share it with y'all, cause I know some of y'all done probably experienced some of the same things. So if let's elevate, let's motivate each other, let's keep growing. Through whatever it is we go through, you gotta go through what you go through. And hopefully, what I'm sharing with y'all today maybe make you feel a little bit better about whatever it is you're going through, big or small. I don't care how small it is or how big it is. Maybe what you heard today maybe may show you that whatever you were going through ain't that deep. So hopefully, you took a little bit away from what I said and can get through the day or get through the week, a little bit better. Blessings to you all. Again, my name's Kyrie. My homie Ra, was unable to be here. She's a little under the weather. But we'll be back at y'all next Sunday. High Elevation.